there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I absolutely love mushrooms. And it's never as busy in the forest as it is during the autumn months, when all of Slovenia basically marches out to the forest with their wicker baskets in search for the tastiest mushrooms. And today is the day because I'm in the forest in search of some really good mushrooms to use in a wild mushroom soup. I'm only a beginner when it comes to foraging for mushrooms, so please don't just look at this video and then go out on your own if you don't have any experience yet. Always make sure that you go with somebody who knows about mushrooms, who has done it for a while. There is a real risk with mushroom foraging. The trickiest part of mushrooms is that they often have varieties that look very similar, and one mushroom might be perfectly fine to eat and the other one can make you very, very sick. So do be very mindful and make sure that you really do your research and don't just rely on what I'm telling you, because even what I'm saying, it might not always be completely right. I'm only just learning now, but I am very passionate about it, and I thought it would be really fun to take you along today to show you what a mushroom foraging walk looks like. And I really hope I get to find quite a few so that I can show you the delicious soup that you can make with them. But that's enough talking for now. We won't find any mushrooms just standing here. So I'm gonna go walking, and this is probably gonna take a couple of hours. I left very early this morning, so I have plenty of time to scour the forest. Found my first mushroom of the day, a little chanterelle. And this is actually my favorite mushroom, so I feel like this is a good sign. This mushroom over here is entirely black. It's very Halloween, but I've never seen it before. It's very cool. From entirely black to ghost white, this one is very cool too. I believe what I have here is an Amethyst Deceiver, which is another edible mushroom. It has a really beautiful purple color. It's relatively small, but it is a very cool one. And it smells really good. Very earthy and nutty. What do we have here? Oh, it's not good. It's very soft. It does look like a chanterelle, but no. Actually, this is a false chanterelle, and you can immediately tell because of this area. I'm gonna show you. Let's just put you down. So this is the false one, and here we have the chanterelle that I found earlier. You can probably already tell the difference just in color, but what you can see with the real chanterelle is that the fake gills kind of merge into the stem, whereas here there's a really clear distinction, almost like a border. And you can also tell that the gills are very, very different. You see this really intricate pattern, and these ones are much more, I would say, smooth. And that's because they're fake gills. So what that basically means is that these ones are really, how can I explain this? They're sort of deeper, and you can kind of pull them apart, like they're thin as paper. And these ones, you can't really pull them apart because they're sort of woven into the mushroom. So here you can see it again. These are the fake gills. And then here we have the fake or false chanterelle, I think it's called, which has a very different type of gill. So we're gonna leave this one. This is another really fun mushroom. It's called a puffball, and they are also edible. The puffball is quite a recognizable one because they have this really round shape. And if you want to eat them, you should get them while they're still fully white, because once the color starts to change, that means that the mushroom is producing spores, and that means that it's no good to eat. You can tell when it starts to get a darker center on the top. And what's really fun about these is once the spores are fully formed, the center on the top will open up and it starts to release a powder, which is the spores. And I always love finding them because I like to give them a little nudge so that you can see the spores release, and it creates this really cool effect, like a cloud of spores. Puffballs can also get really large, but in Slovenia they tend to be smaller. I think in like America they can get up to the size of a football, which is huge. But here I've only seen them small, and you have to be quick because once they get too large, there is a bigger risk of them no longer being edible. I think I may have stumbled upon a new edible mushroom variety that I didn't know about yet. And it's these little ones. I'm gonna try. This one looks good. I believe it might be a winter chanterelle. This one is not the best. It's a little old. I've got quite a few because there's so many over here. But yeah, as soon as I saw them, I thought they might be edible because of how striking they look. They have a really bright orange stem and then a sort of brown trumpet shape cap. And they do look like chanterelles, especially when you look at the shape and the fake gills. So I feel pretty confident in saying that these are in fact edible. So I'm really curious to see what they taste like. And I'm very glad that I finally got some more mushrooms. This is the most beautiful one I found so far. And you can really see how similar it is to the other chanterelle. And just to show you again the fake gills. You can see that they're sort of just incorporated in the flesh of the mushroom. And you can't pull them apart with your finger. And it has this very distinct trumpet shape. Don't these just look delicious? There's another cluster over here. I have no idea what they are, but I'm gonna check now, and I hope that they are edible because they look so beautiful. If I'm not mistaken, this is a penny bun or a porcini mushroom. It has already been snacked on, but it is quite big, so I'm wondering if I should just take it. I'm gonna see how it looks. Oh, I see that there's a hole in the stem. Not in the best shape, but I've cut out some of the bad parts. And it's still big, so I think it's still good for the soup because it does have a lot of meat to it. So I'm gonna take it. You can see I have a lot of winter chanterelles, but only one regular one. But I just spotted these here. So I'm gonna take those as well. They look very good too. There we go, just a couple of little ones. Picked up a couple of these wood hedgehogs. They're really easy to find because there's so many of them in the forest, but they have this name because of their underside. Underneath the cap you find all these sort of spiky bits that are very reminiscent of a hedgehog. They're also called sweet tooth. I have never tried them before, but I am curious. They do say that you should get them while they're still pretty young, so then they taste the best. So let's give them a try. I think they'll go well in the soup. Is this not the wackiest thing you've ever seen? Apparently it's called an octopus stinkhorn mushroom, and it looks absolutely crazy. It's like it came from an egg and then just created these 4 arms, but it also has the weirdest texture. It looks almost like real meat. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's crazy. I feel like this mushroom has to be in my book, so let's have a look together. It's called an octopus mushroom or the devil's fingers, which I feel like both are very applicable names. Let's see. Devil's Fingers 101. There it is. So apparently they are edible in the young egg state only, if you dare. I don't think I would dare. It doesn't look particularly tasty. So it's called the Devil's Fingers, but also octopus stinkhorn, squidward mushroom, or starfish fungus. It does look like Patrick Star. It really is like nothing else I've ever seen. But I'm so happy I got to see it. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty large. Walking in the forest for 5 hours has made me very hungry. So I'm just about to prepare the soup. I'm probably gonna keep it pretty simple. So I'm just gonna fry them in some butter, add some garlic, onion, salt, pepper. And then I'm just gonna be using a simple vegetable stock to cook them down. And then after that, probably add some cream to make it a little smoother. And then I'll blend it all up. I'll probably add fresh chives. And then it's gonna be ready to serve.